Hey everybody, I'm Commissioner Jeff Fix, and we're out here on a warm August afternoon celebrating our county employees who've been with us for quite a long time. You know, we talk all the time about the 1,000 employees that work with Fairfield County and serve all of you, and we are so grateful to them all the time. And so once a year we take a couple hours in the afternoon and get everybody some lunch and recognize the folks that have been with us for quite a long time and provided that great service. So we're happy to do that, and as part of that today we're going to be interviewing several of our long-term county employees and just talk about what they do and why they do it. So happy to be joined by Josh Anders. He's been with our utilities department for a while as we've gone around the county meeting with different villages and townships and talking about growth, and I won't get into all that today, but Josh has been at a lot of those meetings because he and Tony Vogel, our utilities director, know where all the pipes are buried, and they know how to help the villages and townships get the water and sewer services that they need to prepare for growth. So Josh, thank you for joining me today. Tell me a little bit about your background, how long you've been with the county and what you do and all that stuff.
Thanks, Commissioner Fix. I've been with the county for about 15 years now. I started in 2008 as an intern. I went to the University of Toledo to study chemical engineering and how to remove chemicals out of wastewater. So that's where I started. And then I moved on and worked with Tony Vogel, our director, current director right now. And he hired me once I graduated from college in 2011, and I've been with the county ever since.
All right.
And I enjoy it.
Yeah, so, and we enjoy having you. You do a great job. Tell the folks a little bit about what you actually do on your day-to-day job.
Currently, with my current position right now, I work as the Deputy Director of Utilities. I work with our customers, I work with new developers, I work with townships, villages to try to help them any way we can support water and sewer work in the future.
And I know, when we've spent time together, you've got all the maps, and I think most of them are in your head, but they're all on paper too, and you know where everything is and can help figure out the most reasonable, most economic way to get water and sewer from where it is today to where it needs to go. And so that's a big part of your job, right?
Yes, and that is what we are trying to do, me and Tony right now, try to move the water and sewer the most economical way to encourage development.
Okay. And why is public service important to you?
I want to be able to serve the community. I wanted to live here in Fairfield County. I grew up here in Fairfield County, and I wanted to serve our county.
All right. Well, I again will say you do an admirable job. Happy to have you on the team and really appreciate you stopping by today.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Now we have with us Mary Smith and Bailey Blevins, both from the Health Department. Mary, I understand you've been with the Health Department for 40 years. Can you talk a little bit about how that all got started and what you've been doing?
Sure. I started out in August of 1985, and I was a contract employee. Then the WIC position came available, and I applied for it, and I was approved by the Board of Health at that time, and I've been the WIC project director since 1985, October of 1985.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. So tell me what the WIC director does.
I'm responsible for the overseeing of the grant. I do the part of the grant application every year. I actually certify participants, I supervise the staff, and then I also have a clinic out in Pickerington.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I don't want to act like I'm not aware of those things, but for those of you who aren't, so tell me a little bit about why you chose public service and why that's important to you.
I enjoy helping others and having a purpose. And this, the WIC program fulfills that. And also, it's always changing. So either through what I've seen from writing out paper coupons, vouchers, to now electronic cards, benefits. That's the way. And I hope to see that eventually participants will be able to load their card, online without remotely or coming in.
Right.
So, and I enjoy mainly I enjoy nutrition. So.
Okay. Well, grateful for your 40 years of service. Hope we get 40 more out of you.
Yeah, thank you.
And Bailey, tell us, you've been with us 5 years now. Tell us about your role in the County Health Department and what you do.
Yeah, so I started in Fairfield County as the Emergency Preparedness Coordinator for the Health Department, and my role has evolved quickly. So now I'm the director over our health promotion team, our epidemiologist, and our Emergency Preparedness Coordinator.
All right. And so what does that mean? What do you do?
We do a lot of outreach, health education. We work with law enforcement, fire, and then we do the disease investigation for the county as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we recently appointed you to a board. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Yes, so I was recently appointed to the ADAM board. So that's the mental health board for the county. So I thank you, the commissioners, for that. And we have a lot of great things going on at the ADAM board. We just recently opened the Starlight Center last year, and we're working on a housing facility for community members. So very excited about that, and they do awesome work.
And that board work is all volunteer,
Yep.
and so really appreciate you and all the other folks who serve on the ADAM board, and really all our boards around the county.
Yeah.
Public service is important to you. Can you tell me why?
So I happened into public service. It wasn't like some dream of mine from a little kid, but I fell in love with it very quickly. In Fairfield County, don't know if it's like this everywhere, but in Fairfield County we get stuff done, and so it's really great to see how responsive our agencies are to the needs of the community. So.
I appreciate you saying that. You know, one of the things I'm most proud of in our county is how we all do work together, right? How all the different agencies and directors and elected officials, everybody has that common cause, and we all work towards that common cause, and it really makes us very effective. When I talk to other county commissioners around the state, they all envy what we have here, and it's that great spirit of cooperation that really helps. So just wanted to thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you being here. And Bailey, thank you so much for all you guys do. Really appreciate it. This is Garrett Blevins. Garrett's with our Emergency Management Agency. Garrett, if you could tell the folks out there how long you've been with the county, what you do, and why it's important to the function of the county.
Absolutely. Garrett Blevins with Fairfield County Emergency Management. I've been there for 5 years now, serving the role of Deputy Director. So, you know, in the role of Deputy Director, I'm doing a little bit something different every day, which is awesome. Recently, you know, we've been responding to the floods in Lancaster and throughout the county. But on a normal day-to-day, we're just working on plans, preparing the county for what might come.
Okay. So you mentioned the floods in Lancaster. Can you talk about what your role was in dealing with that as it was occurring, and then now, you know, a couple weeks later, what you've done to help folks in those ensuing weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. So while it was occurring, we had our Swiftwater dive team on site throughout the county performing rescues. So we were coordinating with them and the first responders. And then now we're in the recovery phase. So we're working with our state and federal partners to hopefully bring some relief to some businesses and residents throughout the county.
And I know that we were very fortunate in that nobody suffered, you know, loss of life, right? In that you guys participated in rescuing 50 dogs, is that right?
John, our director, was on scene there. I was kind of surveying downstream to see what might be coming later on. But you know, we had Lancaster Fire as well as 13 members of our volunteer Swiftwater team there on site, and truly it was just grabbing every dog they could and getting them to safety.
That's really cool. So, you know, we're celebrating public service and all the folks throughout the county who serve the public. Can you talk about why that's one of your passions?
Absolutely. Early on through my time in Boy Scouts was always about service and volunteering to others, and I think that truly translates forward into public service where we're serving the community just in a different role.
All right. Well, Garrett, I really appreciate all the work that you do. Eric McCready's been with our engineer's office for 24 years, and Eric and I have known each other for quite a long time. Back in my Pickering and City Council days, we did some work together. But Eric, first of all, thank you for being here. Give us your background. Tell us your story.
So yes, I graduated from college with the Army and joined the Army after college on a scholarship and served the Army for 4 years. So therefore it's 30 years service, and then came out, worked in private sector for a while, and then decided to come to the county. And took a great opportunity, came to the county, and started off as project engineer for the Fairfield County Engineer's Office under Frank Anderson, County Engineer, and since became deputy engineer with him, and also served currently for Jeremiah Up, my current elected official, and served as deputy engineer and enjoy it.
Great. So tell me what a deputy engineer does.
So deputy engineer, I do a lot of way traffic impact analysis, traffic studies, planning, dealing with developers coming in, and a lot of future growth in this county coming, and trying to help them along that path to get through the county, get through the different regulations to get those so they can develop their developments. Along that side, just maintaining the existing infrastructure, all the county roads that we have, keeping those on a cycle for preventive maintenance and upkeep, the bridges, keeping those on a cycle for upkeep, and then as needed replacing those bridges, and then working with different other consultants, or even occasionally we get to do the plans in-house and we survey it and we get to have a good time and do those plans and do all that work in-house and enjoy it.
So I'm going to tell just a really quick story. When the county engineer's office was improving Refugee Road up by where I live in Pickerington, there was a light at Harmon Road that when it was installed, the timing of it was really off, and so I put a quick call in down to the engineer's office, talked to Jeremiah about it. That same day Eric was up changing the timing, and now everybody loves it. So I just really appreciate the responsiveness that your group has and how well you all do what you do. So we're talking about public service today. Can you tell these folks why public service is important to you?
Public service, I've always enjoyed serving my country, enjoy serving the people in the community. And to me, public service, I always say every day I show up to work, I'm working for the citizens in Fairfield County. That's my number one boss, that's who I work for. And at that ideal, I also serve the elected officials. But at the end of the day, I'm protecting the investments that Fairfield County and the generations before me made, and trying to make those and continue those to the next generation. So, like I say, I enjoy working, I enjoy the public sector, I enjoy just trying to help continue the county grow forward. The county, the state, the cities, all the little townships and villages, helping them through the process and help them continue to serve citizens.
Well, we certainly appreciate all the engineers office folks, all the guys who are working the roads and plowing in the winter and helping with the ditches, but really, Eric, really appreciate you and all you do. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Fix.
You bet. Right now we've got Susie Lynch from our Job and Family Services Department with us. And Susie, thank you for doing this.
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Talk about your career with Job and Family Services.
Well, I have been at Job and Family Services for 25 years. I started when the building was at Chestnut Street. I started out in the child care department, determining eligibility. I've kind of worked my way up there. I am now the social services manager. So I kind of oversee the long-term care unit, child care, our work activities programs, and our supportive services team.
So a lot of folks out there don't really understand or have a lot of knowledge about what Job and Family Services does. Could you give kind of a broader overview of what JFS does for our community?
Sure. So we determine eligibility for food stamps, Medicaid, child care, SNAP. We also, like I said, we have transportation where someone can be transported to Medicaid departments and appointments. We also have our child support team there. We have our protective services team there. So
basically we're dealing with all the folks in the public who need help.
Yes.
And Job and Family Services is not a one-stop shop, but most of it's all right there.
Yes.
And there's a lot of help that people can get from you.
Yes,
and your group.
they can get a lot of help there. Another thing that we kind of pride ourselves on is if we can't get someone help, we try and refer them somewhere through the community and the county so that they can get help that they need.
That's awesome. So public service is important to you. Can you tell the folks why public service is a big deal?
Public service, it is important. It's been a great experience the past 25 years. I like helping people. Everyone doesn't have the same experiences growing up. People may get down on their luck, and it's just very gratifying to be able to help people during those times.
So one of the things I've always said about our folks who work in Job and Family Services is they've got the biggest hearts of any of the employees in the county, right? Because you're dealing with the really tough situations every day, families that are in trouble, kids that are in trouble, seniors that are in trouble, and God bless you and all the folks at JFS for all the great work that you do. Really appreciate it. Susie, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, Commissioner Fix.
Thank you. With our last victim of the day, Chad Luke, we saved the best for last because Chad fancies himself a comedian. He works in our Soil and Water Conservation District. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to say, so we're going to do this together. Chad, you just told me you've been in public service for 35 years, 25 with Soil and Water. Talk about how you got started in your career and why you chose this path.
So when I started my career, I wanted something that was outside. Growing up, I always played on my grandfather's farm, and I hated to dress up, so I had to find a career that allowed me to avoid a suit and tie, and I didn't have to sit behind a desk all the time. It got me outside.
And you found it.
I started out with Ohio State doing agronomy, soil science, because that was an outside job, and then after I graduated from Ohio State, went and worked on their research farm, and then the job opened up as the urban specialist for Fairfield Soil and Water Office.
So you and I have done a lot of work together up in the Pickerington area. As that Violet Township has grown, you're kind of really instrumental in making sure that we're growing the right way, right? Can you talk a little bit about your job and what you do?
So for the most part, I basically try to help construction projects and our communities be in compliance with Ohio EPA requirements.
Okay.
My main focus is sediment and erosion control and post-construction water quality.
So in layman's terms, what are you doing on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock?
Typically we're out on construction sites checking to make sure the sediment, mud doesn't get tracked out on the streets, the sediment staying on site, so that way it doesn't run onto neighboring properties with that.
And you're making sure that those construction sites are being done by the rules, making sure everybody does it right. Okay, all right. Why public service? Why did you choose to get into public service?
Honestly, it was just happened to be the careers that I chose, that I enjoyed doing, just happened to be in public service. I was not particularly saying when I graduated I was going to go, hey, I'm going to go into public service.
Gotcha.
It was just happened to be the careers that I've been in were public service, and I've enjoyed doing them, and I've just stayed in the system.
Well, we're glad you have. Really appreciate you. Thanks for all your years of service, and thanks for the sense of humor.
All right,
appreciate
thank you.
So we've had a great opportunity here at Smek Park today to interview some folks who've been with the county for a long time and serving the public for the better part of their career. And as I said earlier, we say it all the time, how much all the folks that work throughout the county mean to us as county commissioners and to our entire staff. It needs to be said again and again and again, because these folks are not folks who get to sit up in front of big rooms and talk about big ideas. They're the ones who get the work done every day, and they're deeply appreciated. So glad we had the opportunity to talk to some folks today and share their stories.